236, respond to a reported 108, multiple vehicle with injuries.
So today we're doing a DWI reenactment. This really becomes a training drill, but really it's an important educational moment for the seniors here at Nanuet High School. We're doing this at Clarkstown North, Clarkstown South, and Nanuet High School this year within the town. It involves the ambulance corps, the local fire department, the Clarkstown Police Department, and the students are going to see what happens actually at a very serious accident.
It depicts what first responders have to do and showing up and resources that is used to respond to one of these tragic events. And you never want to have to go to someone's house and tell them that a loved one is a victim of an accident that could have been prevented. It's the 100 most dangerous days of driving from Memorial Day to Labor Day. And on average, like 26 fatalities happen because of drunk driving every day through this 100 days of the most dangerous driving. And about 9 die per day because of distracted driving. So we want the kids to experience this visual traumatic event of a fatal accident.
Gordy, got 2 critical.
And hopefully that visual experience will really get them to think about distracted driving, texting and driving, and getting in a car with someone that's been drinking.
Start me the medics and an ambulance to have them step it up. Also fire department for extrication.
So here we are hosting, welcoming our Clarkstown community and our police department, our community leaders, fire department, paramedics to put on this performance so that our students can ultimately learn by seeing in a low-risk environment the consequences of making that decision to step in a car with a driver who is under the influence, or if, God forbid, one of our own kiddos is under the influence, and if they think they can drive, they can experience the ramifications without it being real life. So that's a really strong lesson design. And the essential question that would come out of this is, will our students remember today's performance when they're faced with that question in the future? And we sure hope so, and that's why we're all here today.
Unfortunately, this is something that takes place all too often within our town and across our country. Somebody makes a terrible decision. They're either distracted, they're on drugs, or they're drinking, and they're under the influence, and they get involved in a crash.
What's up? What you got? Lock the door on that one. Bill, I got 2 critical, 1 with just a head injury. You want to go ahead and get the driver out first, and then we'll work on the other 2, okay?
230.
I got 2 critical, 1 minor injury. 36-1, can you start that flight to its location? Have them hit the landing zone. It's going to be east of the accident. Everybody knows what they're doing, right?
Okay. My fault, man.
You guys got EMS coming?
You have medics and the ambulance.
Okay, perfect. slight injuries. Just somebody can check him out when you get a chance.
Unfortunately, many teenagers die in car crashes that are preventable. It's a strong message that we want to send out. We want to send it out constantly so they understand, don't drink and drive. Don't consume drugs and drive. Don't text and drive. Don't be distracted.
My daughter Larissa was 13, and she went for a ride with her father and her best friend to go get ice cream at the local Stewart's. They got their ice cream, and as they were returning back to the farm, a drug and drunk driver with a blood alcohol level of 0.18 decides to take a joyride on Country Farm Road. He ran a stop sign at a high rate of speed where he T-boned my huge Chevy Suburban. Larissa was in the direct impact where she was hit when that big truck came down the hill. Larissa never saw it coming. None of us saw it coming. If this can happen to Larissa on a country farm road, this can happen to anyone. It's all about the choices that you make.
You're behind a 2,000+ pound vehicle that can cause your death, the death of your passengers and others. It's a preventable cause of death. We want the high schoolers and teenagers to enjoy their life, but also be very careful when they're behind the wheel. It's about prevention and providing necessary information to the teenagers of Rockland County.
As I went to the hospital, as I was greeted by a clergyman, security guards, nurses, and as I approached, I never imagined that I would be having to identify Larissa's body on a gurney. Larissa wasn't driving. Larissa wasn't drinking. So it's the choices that other people make can impact us. There's nothing more horrifying than losing a child. Please make the choices, be smart. This doesn't have to happen. Larissa did not have to die.
Okay, received. We got one door off. EMS is 10 to the one critical. We're still working on the other one. Probably be out in a minute or two. Helicopters over there. Right?
Someplace come over this record.
Operating plan. We're going to be extended on the one critical. We got to do a roof cut. So EMS is in 10 to the picture. We're going to take the roof.
Alright, received.
And fortunately, in 2021, we lost 2 teenagers to drunk driving incidents. It's such a shame, and I can just imagine the anguish that the parents go through when the police officer knocks on the door and says their child died in a car crash. Car crash due to drunk driving, which easily could be preventable. And today, if we can save one life, it's a significant achievement.
So here today we have 125 Nanuet seniors who were given permission today to come to this was a volunteer lesson today in Nanuet High School for students to come over here and spend the day learning this really important lesson. So I'm so proud that we were able to scale it to the tune of 125 students.
The high schoolers, the teenagers, the young people of Rockland County are our future, and we need to protect them. And the best way to protect them is give them enough information that they can make the right choices for their future.
You want the back door cut, Matt? Sir, you want the back door off? You're good.
On the heads down. Right up.
Third party executed,
Well, I think this is very impactful and important for us senior class to see, as we have prom, graduation, parties, and everything coming up. And you know, we have to make smart decisions. And I think it's just very important for us to see now as we're coming up to post-grad.
Seeing how many different people have to get called and just come to the scene and just work together, it just shows that these people are all like volunteers, and they are volunteering just to help us when we could be making so many smarter decisions.
I thought it was very beneficial. DWI and car crashes are so applicable to seniors in high school because we're the ones driving. And you hear all these news stories and read all of it, but it's a completely different experience to see it on a visual level. So yeah, I thought it was really well put together.
Right over here. Right there is fine. My name is Officer Barrett. I'm with Clarkstown Police Department. That's Officer Miller. Just wanted to know regarding tonight's accidents, where are you coming from? A restaurant? Any chance you had anything to drink during your dinner? What'd you have to drink?
Okay, all parties been executed.
Alcohol? What type of alcohol? Did you have beer, or did you have vodka or anything like that? You had beer? And how many do you think you had? 3? Okay. Would you think that you're under the influence of the alcohol right now? Or no? Okay. Do you have any medical conditions besides what was caused by the accident? Okay. Are you under any medication
I think
at all?
it was definitely impactful, hearing all the speakers, the district attorney, the chief of the police, and everyone that spoke, and then obviously seeing it happen, the presentation. I think as VASA members, that's something we definitely take serious and we talk about all the time, is drunk driving and making good decisions.
I thought it was very powerful. The most important thing that I heard was definitely the woman in the beginning who talked about her daughter. I had a cousin who passed away when he was about 20 years old, and not from a DWI, but still the impact it has on families is insanity, and like just being able to see like from a first-hand perspective how it really feels to lose someone to a DWI, I thought was really impactful.
What I'm going to do, we're just going to ask you to perform a few tests. Okay, we just want to determine if you are, if you have anything, in your system at all. Okay, do you understand? Okay, your name was Christopher? Okay, Christopher. Okay, the first thing we're going to have you do, it's called a one-legged stand. Okay, what I want you to do is just pay attention to me. I'll do all the talking, and then when I'm done, I'm going to ask you to perform the test. Okay, I want your hands going to be down at your side. Okay, I want you to pick up either leg, whatever one you prefer, and just keep it off the ground 6 inches and count to 30. And you go like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, all the way up to 30. Do you understand that? Okay, let me know when you're ready. You can perform the test. Keep counting to 30. Okay. All right, you done? Okay. We're going to try another test. It's going to call the walk and turn test. What I want you to do again, just follow my instructions, and then I'm going to have you do it. So what we're going to do is, I want you to we're going to use this line right here, and you're going to put both feet on the line, and then put one in front of the other. I want you to take 10 steps down, okay, heel to toe, all the way down. Once you get to 10, you're going to pivot like this, and then you're going to take 10 steps back, heel to toe, all the way back to where you started. Okay, so 10 steps down, pivot, and then 10 steps back. Do you understand that? Okay, you can go ahead whenever you're ready.
I think it was very moving and emotional because after this past year, after like hearing everything, I've known so many of the people from just association, and then just seeing it like straight in front of you and just hearing everything, it just completely changes everything you thought about it.
I think just seeing like how many people goes into it, how the fire department, the ambulance corps, and the police and the paramedics all work together, and it was just sad to see like see a helicopter coming and just all the sirens. Like it's definitely a chaotic scene that I don't think anyone wants to have to experience.
Yeah, when like all of the trucks were coming in all together, all the lights and all the loud noises, like it was just really overwhelming for a little second.
I didn't expect to see so many people come together, and also like cutting the car apart takes a little extensive work, and it's just great to see how much work and time they put in to help someone like us.
They all really came together to work and help the people in the vehicle.
We always advocate to the lower grades, and I think it's so important having the fellow seniors here, because they're actually the ones driving right now instead of just like the middle schoolers who we advocate for. Just being able to experience it all firsthand, especially with all of our events coming up, and like when we go to the beach and just with prom and graduation, it's just like in our parties in summer, it's just so critical and so important just that everyone is seeing it firsthand.
All right, the last thing I want you to do, I'm going to call the gaze nystagmus test. With your eyes only, I want you to follow my finger with your eyes only. For starters, take one of your fingers, reach out and touch the tip of my finger. Okay. Now again, eyes only, don't move your head, okay? I want you to follow the finger. Are you ready? Eyes only, eyes only. With your eyes only. Okay. All right, Christopher, based on our investigation, we feel that you are under the influence of alcohol, okay? We're going to place you under arrest for operating a motor vehicle while under the influence, so DWI. So if you can just place your hands behind your back. $36 to him.
201.
Just be advised from this accident scene, we're going to have one under for DWI. We'll be transporting to the station.
201, copy.
Okay. Just walk right over. Okay.
This is definitely something I'll remember, and I'll definitely encourage my classmates and friends to make good decisions based off of this. And like DA Walsh said, like we're going into the 100 most dangerous days of the year, so and it's going to be a good time, and we just got to make good decisions.
All right, this is Clarkstown Justice Court. We're here for the arraignment of your client. Appearances, please. Good afternoon. Do you have a copy of the charges? All right. Do you have any applications? Would you like to be heard, counsel? All right, this is a, my understanding is that the defendant failed the sobriety test, the field sobriety test. He blew a .22. There is a serious accident as well as a death as resulting. The court will remand your client. We will set it down for next week for a preliminary hearing or grand jury presentation. Good day.
Thank you. Bring you over to the car and we'll transport you to the jail.